says, man. All right, Ezekiel 63, I should say, Salakia. All right? Okay? Because these Edomites are the main targets, man. They're the main culprit, man. The story is based upon Jacob, which are the Israelites, all right? And then it's based upon Esau, man, the Edomites, man. Okay? That's where the two conflicts come, the good and evil. Okay? We're the good and they're the evil, man. And their works prove it. All right? All their works that they've done on the planet prove that they're the evil, man. They're the villain the villain is winning at this point in time, man. Let's put it that way. Okay? But we haven't reached to the part where the hero's about to win, man. Yahushua is about to come and deliver the Israelites out of the captivity of these heathens, man, of these Edomites, man. All right? So the villain is about to be brought down, man. Okay? It says what? Okay? And it shall come to pass in that day, in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, okay? Because the end is not yet, man. All right? We're still under these devils, man. All right? We still have to go for them for want of all things, for clothes, for this and that. All right? We got to get it from them, man. Okay? They control all these industries. All right? So what does it say? It says he's going to give us rest from the hard bondage where we were made to serve, man. We ain't gonna be under this system too long, right? The Most High is gonna destroy this system and raise up the Israelites to be the rulers, man. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get Isaiah the 2nd chapter real quick before I continue on that. Okay, because that's what he's gonna do, man. He's gonna basically destroy all these other governments are gonna come under our government, under the government of the Israelites. All right. This is Isaiah 2. In verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. All right, and mountains represent governments, man. All right, so the Israelites are going to be established on the top of all the rest of these mountains, on the top of the rest of these governments. All right, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So all these other nations are going to flow unto us once we get back into our land. All right? And that's another proof that those Jewish people are not the people of God, man. Because that's not happening to them. No one's flowing unto them, man. That's a war zone. No one's saying, let's go visit the land of Israel, man. Let's go vacation over there. No, man. All right? That's a war zone over there right now. Okay? It's going to go into the fact that proves that they're not the Israelites. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. And we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Which that's not happening now. All right? They're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments in that land, man. They're doing nothing but pure wickedness. Okay? Matter of fact, in that land, they have the biggest gay parades in the world. They have something called Pink City, man, which is Tel Aviv. Okay, where all type of wickedness goes on, man. All type of transsexuals, all type of madness, man. Which is against the laws of the Heavenly Father, man. So that proves that they're not the people of God, man. Alright? Let's continue. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. All right. So a sword is a weapon of war. So in other words, they're going to use that energy and those finances that they use for war for agriculture. Okay. They're going to build up their nation, build up the land. You know, they're going to use it to build up, their food supply, all that, man. They're not going to put it into war anymore. In other words, all right. Their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So there's not going to be any more war when we get into power in that land. Huh? There's not going to be any more war. So that's what proves that those people, those Israelis, those Jewish people, all right, which are not Israelites, okay, those are not the true people of God, man. Those are just false, man. All right, those are imposters, man. Okay. All right, so that's the proof on that. So I'm going to jump back to Isaiah the 14th chapter. All right. continue in that. And okay, this is verse 4, Isaiah 14:4. That thou shalt take up this parable, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased. So you're going to take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, which are the Edomites. Alright? The Edomites are the current king of Babylon. Okay? Because Babylon right now, the new Babylon, the Babylon the Great, is America. Alright? And who runs that? The Edomites. Alright? That you see every day walking around. Right? Okay? They are the new king of Babylon. Okay? And this is, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased. In other words, we're going to make fun of these Edomites when they fall. Alright? Because of all their pride that they had in the time, how they felt that their house was going to continue forever, we're going to make fun of them, in other words. We're going to say, how has the city been broken down, man? Right? I thought you guys were I thought you guys had the highest IQ and all this bullshit. Alright? But the Most High is about to bring that to naught. Alright? And show them that their kingdom is nothing but garbage, man. Alright? Let's continue. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, man. And who's the wicked, man? The wicked are these Edomites, man. The so-called white man, the white people, man. Alright? So-called, because they're not white. Alright? There's no such thing as white people. Alright? They're actually red when you look at their skin color, man. Why? Because they're translucent. Their skin, they don't have pigmentation. They don't have melanin, which is something that you need, man. Alright? So they actually turn red because of the blood that's in their skin, man. That's all it is. They call themselves white because according to the Webster Dictionary, you look up white. What does it mean, man? It means purity, not intending to harm, innocent, everything good. So it's a psychological mind game that they played with us, man. Alright? And you look up black, what does it mean? It means negative, evil, this, that, this, and that, and the third. Alright? Which is not the case when you look at these Edomites. They're not pure, innocent. Look at what they've done on the planet Earth, man. Look at what they've done to the Native Americans, man. They broke every treaty that they made with the Native Americans, man. Every one, man. Over 400 some odd treaties, man. Right now, they have the highest disease. They're the poorest in the Western Hemisphere. They're through. They're done right now. And what did they do? They greeted them with gold, silver, treated them like brothers. Okay? Alright? So that term doesn't fit them, man. And really there's no such thing as white and black people. That's not how you determine a nation. Because guess what? Our people are mixed among all different people, so they look like different people. Okay? We have our people that look like so-called white people, look like Chinese people, look like this and that. Why? Because what? If a man lays with a woman, it's always determined by the seed. Okay? It's not determined by what the woman is. In this society, they teach you that, but it's never been that way. If you look at those old movies, it's like, I'm the son of such and such, son of such and such. They never go into my mother is this. No. Okay? Your line is determined by your father. Okay? So we went into these different places. Basically, we had a war with the men or whatever. We took their women, right? Laid with their women. And guess what? The kid came out looking more like that other nation. Right? For example, where are you from?
Here.
You're from here? Are you Quebecois?
Half Italian.
Half Italian? Who's Italian? Your father or your mother?
My grandmother's here.
Your grandmother? Where's your father from?
Here.
Your father's Quebecois?
Half.
And what's the other half? Who's his
French.
father? Really, what's his father? His father's French Quebecois?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so, more than likely you would be an Edomite, all right? You would be an Edomite more than likely. But even among that, just for example's sake, okay, Edomite would be a nation in the Bible. Okay, there's different nations in the Bible. All right, there's the Israelites, which were the chosen people of God according to the Bible, right? You read about Moses and how he crossed the Red Sea, right? We descend from the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All these people that you see on the side are actually blood descendants of the Israelites, okay? Based upon prophecy, based upon secular history. These are things that they haven't taught you. They taught you that those Jewish people, they have the yarmulkes on their head, that they're the Israelites, they're the Jews. But that's not true. Okay, they're also Edomites. Alright? So what has happened now is that the Edomites, these people, alright, are putting us in slavery. And the Heavenly Father is going to judge the Edomites for that. Alright? Because they put us in slavery, we took the land of the Native Americans who are also Israelites. Alright, so they're going to have to pay for that, and we're going to come up into power over them. So that's what it is to be an Edomite. Alright? Alright? Huh?
I pray. That
pray?
means topple.
You pray to be toppled?
No, to be. The one who does, right?
Who does what?
To come all of this.
Well, hey, man, if you're an Israelite, there's a possibility. But if you're an Edomite, there's no hope, man. I'm telling you, there's no hope for an Edomite. That's what I'm trying to show you. If you somehow go back to one of our people through your forefathers, then guess what? That would make you an Israelite. But if not, if you're an Edomite, man, you're going right into slavery under the Israelites. Okay, because of what you do, you're gonna have to pay for that, man. All right, you're not gonna get away scot free. It's not gonna be a unity thing now. It's too late for that. The crime has been committed. The judgment is coming. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the facts of the matter. Okay. So if you're an Edomite, that's what's coming to you, man. And I can read it for you if you don't believe me. Out of the Bible. I'm gonna read it. Isaiah 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. All right, and who are we captive under? Who are we slaves? Captive is another way of saying a slave. All right, we're slaves under the Edomites, right? Under your people, right? Right? Okay. So it says we shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up taking you in slavery and ruling over you. That's the future. Okay? So if you're wondering what the future was, that's the future. That's an eye for an eye. That's what it is. No, it's not. The whole world's not going to go blind, because after this eye for an eye, that's it. We're going to be ruling forever, because we're going to be ruling the
What about the Edomites? Don't you think we'll feel the same way?
I'll show you what's going to happen to the Edomites, man, ultimately. I'll show you. But it doesn't matter how you feel. It matters who the Heavenly Father puts in power. Because